Okay, so get this. Tesla just got slapped with the biggest verdicts they've ever faced in court. I'm talking over $200 million. And no, I'm not exaggerating. A jury basically said, hey Tesla, remember that deadly crash back in 2019 where your autopilot was on? Yeah, you're partly responsible for that. And now Elon Musk's company has to cough up a mountain of cash. Alright, so let's rewind and talk about what actually happened. Because this whole thing is like a slow motion train wreck you can't look away from. It's summer of 2019, Florida. The kind of humid day that just walking to your car makes you sweat. A guy named George Brian McGee is driving his Tesla. He's got autopilot turned on. His girlfriend is in the passenger seat and they're just out driving. Now, autopilot is this big flashy feature Tesla's been bragging about for years. Lane keeping, adaptive cruise, supposedly better reaction times than humans. Tesla's ad and press conferences made it sound like you could basically just chill and the car would do all of the work. But here's the thing, and this is very important. Autopilot is not magic. It still needs the driver to pay attention. It's assist, not self-drive while I scroll through Instagram. And what you're about to see is where things go very wrong. So McGee is cruising along, autopilot engaged, he's distracted. Later in court, it comes out that he was on his phone. They're approaching an intersection, there's a flashing red light and a stop sign. A normal driver, if they were paying attention, would slow down, stop, and look both ways. But the Tesla, it doesn't stop. Doesn't even slow down enough. It just keeps going. Autopilot either doesn't recognize the stop sign or doesn't respond in time. Up ahead, there's this part Chevrolet, a big, heavy SUV. McGee's Tesla suddenly plows into it. The crash is so violent, it launches the passenger, a 22-year-old Maria Cruz, 75 feet into the woods. 75 feet! That's like being thrown from one end of a basketball court to the other. She doesn't survive. McGee's friend in the back, Carlo, is also in the car. He survives with broken bones and a traumatic brain injury. Now, at first, it seems like a tragic car accident, but then people start asking questions. How could a car that's supposed to be smarter than a human just blow right through a stop sign? And this is where Tesla's autopilot comes under a microscope. The families file lawsuits. They say Tesla sold autopilot as this super safe, futuristic technology, but in reality, it had dangerous limitations. They claim Tesla knew these limitations and downplayed them. The lawyers dig deeper and start asking for data from the car. And Tesla? At first, they say the crash data doesn't exist. Like, oh sorry, we don't have it. But the plaintiffs hire a forensic expert who says, yeah, it's here. You guys just didn't want to hand it over. Eventually, Tesla admits that they do have it. Awkward. Fast forward to this summer. After years of legal back and forth, this thing finally goes to trial in Miami, and the trial is intense. The plaintiff's lawyer is painting Tesla like it's this reckless tech company that's more interested in headlines and stock prices than real safety. He's telling the jury the car they claim to have invented doesn't exist. What existed was a marketing fantasy. Tesla's lawyers, on the other hand, are saying, hold up, the driver was looking at his phone. No car in 2019 or even now in 2025 could have prevented this crash. If you blow a stop sign, physics is still physics. They're also pushing back on the idea that autopilot is some kind of autopilot like on an airplane. They point out Tesla's manual clearly states drivers should keep their hands on the wheel and eyes on the road. The jury listens to all of it. They watch crash reconstructions, hear from experts, and see the evidence. And in the end, they decide Tesla is partly to blame. They give 33% of the fault to Tesla and the rest to McGee. But here's the kicker. Even though Tesla's share of compensatory damages is smaller, the jury slaps them with punitive damages. so huge it makes headlines all across the world. In total, the jury awards $129 million in compensatory damages, which is to cover medical bills, loss of wages, and emotional suffering. Tesla's 33% of that is already a chunk of change. But then the jury adds $200 million in punitive damages. Punitive means we won't punish you so you don't do this again. And that's how you get a company staring down a bill of more than $200 million. Tesla's reaction is basically, we're appealing. They say the punitive damages are way too high, and under Florida law, they should be capped at 3 times the compensatory damages. If that cap holds, Tesla might get that total cut down a lot. But for now, this is a legal and PR nightmare. You've got to think about the timing here. Elon Musk's been hyping Tesla's next best thing, robo-taxis. Fully driverless Teslas you can summon on an app. No steering wheel, no pedals, just AI doing everything. But this verdict, it throws a shadow over all of that. If Autopilot, which still needs a human driver, can be blamed in court for a fatal crash, how is the public supposed to trust a car that drives entirely itself? It also cracks open the door for more lawsuits. This isn't the first Autopilot case, but it's one of the biggest. Legal experts are saying this could be a first in a wave of big money cases. The craziest part to me, the driver admitted he was distracted, and Tesla still got tagged with over $20 million, which tells you how much the jury believed Tesla's marketing played a role. It's like they were saying, yeah, the driver messed up, but you sold him that car. That made him think it was okay to mess up. So now, Elon's got 2 choices. Double down and fight every case in court, or start changing how Tesla talks about Autopilot. And if you've been paying attention to Tesla over the years, you already know which one he's going to pick. This isn't just about one crash in Florida. It's about how we're going to hold companies accountable when they sell us smart tech that isn't as smart as they make it sound.